What's up, goofy goobers? Am I right?
Why do old people always have to ruin the fun?
No? Okay, well, today we are going over Update 5 of SpongeBob Tower Defense, and this update introduced a couple new OP units, and also some buffs, and a lot of quality of life, and just amazing changes that are all around good. There's never been criticism of any changes I've ever made, but all jokes aside, we have big plans to keep making this game, hopefully, better and better every single update, which is every single week. But before we get into the meat and potatoes of this update, make sure you smash that like button, would appreciate it, and make sure you're subscribed and have notifications on, because in every news / update video, we drop a brand new code to the game. So yeah, there's a code in this video. Keep your eyes peeled. And we sometimes do giveaways and other things, so you know, just stick around. But okay, Update 5, it brought Season 2 Pass. Yes, that's right. There's a brand new Season Pass that you can grind that has an exclusive unit. This bad boy right here, GG Rocks SpongeBob. The GG stands for Goofy Goober. I'm a Goofy Goober! But what's different about this Season Pass is once you get to the end, you can actually prestige the Season Pass and not only claim this reward, but play the entire Season Pass again to get a shiny version, and then you can play it all over again to get a Wumbo version, and then you can play it all over again to get a shiny Wumbo version of GG Rock SpongeBob, and then after that, you can play it infinitely so you can fuse them and get 5 stars. In this video, I'm going to show you all the variants because I have them all unlocked to showcase for you. We have the regular, the shiny, the Wumbo, and the shiny Wumbo. Then we also dropped a brand new unit in the Conch Summon, which is a secret rarity unit, Dream Gary. So if we go to details here is Dream Gary, and obviously he is a pretty OP. I have him here in my inventory. I am going to show him off to all of you guys in this video. We also updated the attack types, so you might have noticed they're not all just circles around the unit. Some have lines, some have pierce symbols, some have splash damage, so it's a lot more clear now what your units are doing, and it doesn't just make you believe that everything's full AoE. Another thing we added to the summon is this handy dandy auto sell feature, which lets you kind of determine which units you want to sell, or you can sell entire rarities automatically as you summon. You can even decide which variants you want to sell or keep, so if you only want shiny Wumbos, you could literally choose to sell everything in these previous 3 categories, that every time you rip summons, it'll only keep the shiny Wumbos. That goes for both banners, so both banners have their own customization, and you can determine which units you want to trash and which units you want to keep. Another handy dandy thing that we added is existence, so you can see how many units exist for legendary and above. So that's legendary, mythic, and secret. It takes a lot of memory on the server to do this, so we're going to introduce other rarities in the future like epic and below, but there's a lot of units, so when we do this, it like really lags the servers, so we have to do a couple rarities at a time, and we started with the rarest. But not only this, it actually does show you how many exist of their variants too. So as you can see, this is 11 Goofy Goober SpongeBobs, but only 2 shiny Wumbo Goofy Goober SpongeBobs, and only 2 Wumbo, and only 2 shiny. So hopefully that helps you get a better idea when you're trading at what everything's kind of worth. Now, another thing that we did that I definitely did not fumble the bag on was we have reworked quests and endless mode. So if you look at quests here, we have a bunch of new quests. So we have this feature tab that just for kind of playing the game and doing some of the features in the game, you're going to get like rewards. So rolling traits can earn you conches and experience. Doing fusions will earn you trait rolls and experience. Opening chests will earn you like more rare chests, plus obviously experience. We reworked endless mode, and this was controversial. I have buffed the rewards. I am so sorry. I was blind and I don't know what I was thinking. You guys have definitely let me know that in the Discord. But we have improved the rewards in many ways, and then just took out a few of the mythic chests. But overall, you actually earn more mythic chests from the quest than you did before, but they're just not all in endless quests anymore. But the one improvement we did to endless quests is you can now play any endless. So if you want to play Conch A over and over and over again, and you don't want to play any of the other ones, Conch A will progress every single one of these quests. So you don't have to play Krusty Krab or Jellyfish or Chum Bucket if you don't want. And there is a lot of different quests here and a lot of different rewards, and these refresh weekly with epic chests, legendary chests, and 25 mythic chests for 5,000 rounds. And speaking of endless, we have also, well, I'm in test server. I just reset my data, so 1 second. So we have just boosted rewards for endless mode. You now earn season XP and player XP, and then you also now get food for your units from playing endless. Now, Conch A pays the least at like 2 gems and 2 coins per round that you finish, and then obviously each one pays a little bit more as you get farther, with Chum Bucket B paying the most, which is 6 gems, 6 coins, a bunch of XP for season pass and for your player, and then obviously the Chum Bucket food every 10 waves. So obviously the hardest one is the best one, but if you're just looking to grind the quests, obviously Conch Street A is the easiest. I'm still playing with the rewards. I might make more tweaks only for improvement, only for buffing, never for nerfing on those. I know, I'm sorry, but balancing this game is tough, okay? Okay, no excuses. Give me 10 push-ups. I don't have a push-up emote, so you're gonna get this dance. Also, we buffed a lot of units. So, Cyborg Plankton, for example, you can now only place 1 of every secret we have in the game because our hopes are to make these some of the most powerful units out there. So we buffed Cyborg Plankton, but you can only place 1 of him. You can only place 1 Dream Gary. You can only place 1 Spongehenge. Spongehenge was always 1, and that's why we made the change, because we knew Dream Gary was only going to be 1, so that's why now Cyborg Plankton is 1. But speaking of buffing, we also buffed Spongehenge significantly. So if you're watching this video now and you felt like he was nerfed, that was actually a mistake on our end. We actually shipped a change to Spongehenge on Monday of last week. Well, this week technically, it depends when you're watching this video, but it didn't ship to the game or the trading servers. It only shipped to the lobby. So we have now new stats, and this is 6 times better than the fish head on its own. It's 3 times better than 2 fish heads put together, and it's got like 50% less cooldown and double the range. Actually 2.5 times range as the fish head. So it is literally 6 times better than the fish head now. It is the most powerful full AoE unit, and it is worth the grind to get to Prestige 10. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. Let me see. Okay, yes, there was probably a million other things, but let's get into the game, and I'm going to show you guys these new units. Okay, so as you see here, I have a Goofy Goober Rock SpongeBob place, or GG Rock SpongeBob for the cool kids. And this unit has an impressive 0-second cooldown, which might be confusing, but basically that means it takes 0 seconds for it to perform its animation again, but the animation takes like the 3/4 of a second, so technically its cooldown is just under a second. That's why we had to make it 0. This is not a glitch. It is 0, but the animation takes a while to go from up to down, so you know it's more like closer to 1. But as you can see, we've added these emblems here, and if you hover over them or tap over them, you can see what kind of damage the unit does. Now, GG Rock SpongeBob is a line unit, which means he attacks down a straight line. This is the new cool effects circle, so you can see what he's looking at and what unit he's targeting. Trust me, we are working on new attack priorities. It's a little bit of a bigger rework for us, and it's on our roadmap. We are going to have better priorities for you guys in the future. But this unit is great. He is great for destroying bosses. He's great for controlling areas because you can place 2 because he's a mythic. And when you upgrade him, his damage and range get insane. And keep in mind, this is level 1, and it doesn't have a trait. It doesn't have a variant. It's just a basic GG Rock SpongeBob with 38.4 range, 5,246 damage, and that's every attack. Oh gosh, I forgot to say, we changed how damage is displayed. So basically now when you see the damage numbers, this is how much damage they could potentially do to an enemy per attack. So let's say this AoE unit, it can do 6,875 damage per attack, so that means every second. But let's say there's 10 enemies in its circle. Well, it's actually hitting all 10 enemies, so its DPS is actually 68,750. Okay, so it was hard to do DPS because we can never tell you how many units are going to be in the range of your AoE. So we just did potential damage per attack per enemy. So a Gary can hit an enemy for 912 per attack. This can hit an enemy for 6,875. This is 1,591. And then as you can see, when it was upgraded, it was like over 5,000. So you get really good map control. But let's get rid of this. Let's plop a Gary here because this Gary is like my new favorite unit. So it is absolutely insane. It has this new ability, if we click on it, called Sleep. So it doesn't just slow units, it like significantly slows them to a point where they're sleepwalking, okay? And it slows them for a much longer duration. And as you upgrade this unit, it slows them many more ticks per attack. So its radius of effect is Splash. As you can see, our nice new effect, you see this nice ray, you can see where he's targeting. This is his area of effect. This is his range, so he can reach anything in this range bubble, but this is where he's attacking. And his damage is insane. This is a level 1, no variant, no trait. You got 3,700 damage every 1.1 seconds. Plus, it's got Sleep, which is like a much better slow. So this unit really helps you control map. Now, I'm gonna place a sponge henge here because I just gotta show everybody how much we improve this unit. So let me just spam upgrade this, and we are gonna change the game speed. Okay, I got the game speed on 30 because I'm a developer and I can hack. I'm a professional hacker. I'm gonna turn on auto wave skip. There we go. Let's see how far we can go. Concentrate endless with just one sponge henge post buff. So this thing is pretty good. And I tell you, I tested against the fish head in Chum Bucket B. Okay, you want to know the results? The 2 fish heads in Chum Bucket B went 14 waves. This thing on its own went 42. Okay, it's very powerful. Okay, we're already 70 waves in and nothing is getting even close to through. Like, the range on this thing is ridiculous. Now, the numbers you were seeing before in game, before today's buff, were the old numbers when the thing released completely broken. When we said we fixed the unit, it wasn't fixed. It was only fixed in the lobby, but in the trading hub and game places, it was still displaying the broken stats. So yes, it does not have 75 range anymore. It was never meant to have that. On Monday, we pushed a patch to nerf it, and it only came through to the lobby. So this is still, like I said, 6 times better than the fish head in damage. It is twice as better than the fish head in overall cooldown, and it's 2.5 times better in overall range. So yes, this thing can totally control a map. It is great to have in your arsenal. If you have Cyborg, this thing, and Gary, you're going to be unbeatable. If you guys want to see how far a fully maxed out Cyborg, that's just normal with no variants and secret formula, and then these 2 units also fully maxed out, no variant, secret formula, can go in endless, I will make a video on that, because with this slowing and Cyborg's pierce and Spongehen's map control, I think I'd set some world records. 160 waves in, and they're starting to get to this line. I am not worried though. We're going 200 plus waves. I can feel it. Oh, another thing I should mention is we actually slightly increased the difficulty of hard and nightmare across the board in story mode. So that means conch, jellyfish, crusty crab, and chum bucket. So if you've noticed that some waves take a little bit longer now, it's because enemies have a little bit more health. So if you used to finish something in a minute, it might take a minute and 8 seconds now, and that's just because we are trying to improve the difficulty overall, especially as people become a little bit more powerful. We just want to balance the early game because it is so easy right now. But we're not going to overbalance, trust me. We're just trying to balance it, and the future worlds will have very unique conditions. That is a spoiler for this coming up update. So wave 200, nothing really scaring me. I am not scared in the slightest. I could never be bothered to be scared. Oh my god. Okay, just kidding. That was close. No, this birdie ball was gonna do us in. 211 rounds. Okay, so 210 rounds with just Sponge Henge carrying us. So much more balanced. Fish Head wouldn't even get you close to this. It would probably get you more like 60 or 70 rounds. But in Chum Bucket B, Fish Head went 14, Sponge Head went 42. So it's 3x better. This video has gone on way longer than I anticipated, and I don't want my editor to be sad. So I'm gonna actually show you guys the 3 variants of the GG Rock SpongeBob in the next video. So if you guys are excited for that, make sure you subscribe, stick around, and boom, here's a code that you could go redeem in game right now for the next couple days. So go redeem it and have fun. And until next time, I'll see you in the bikini bottom depths of Davy Jones' locker. Goodbye.